What started out as a normal day for Michael Cummings
A colleague and I were giving a presentation to a group of law students about a program that we're heading up.
quickly took a dark turn.
As soon as we got that alert, we turned the lights off, we moved kind of a podium in front of the door, and then there were some students out in the hallway. We invited them into the class, and we just sat tight for a couple of hours.
Cummings, a law professor at the University of Arkansas, says his initial thought when the alert was sent out was the safety of his students, who were just a few hundred feet from the alleged threat.
We turned the lights off, turned off the projector, and then just tried to encourage people to be quiet so we could hear if anything was happening. How would you respond if somebody burst into the classroom? And especially as a faculty member, with responsibility for students, you want to make sure that they're okay as well.
But then Cummings' thoughts quickly shifted to two people that he cared deeply about, whose whereabouts were unknown.
And then I just started texting my wife, my brother. She's a faculty member, he's a student here, just making sure that they were safe.
Thankfully, they're both safe after Monday's Fayetteville Police Department investigation found there weren't any shots fired or injuries reported. But now the University of Arkansas becomes another bullet point in a recent trend across college campuses, with false active shooter claims happening at Villanova, South Carolina, and Kansas State, among others, within the last week.
It's a shame that people are using that very real threat to create chaos and panic unnecessarily.
And regardless of if the threats are credible or not, Cummings is thankful for the overwhelming, swift police response Monday afternoon.
They did everything they could to make sure that things were safe, and that if there was a situation, that it would be okay.
And that was our Casey Smith reporting. And Cummings was not the only courageous professor in the midst of uncertainty, helping to get students to shelter. One student who was inside Mullins Library at the time of the alert tells us once he ran out, one professor opened his doors and let him inside. And if he had the chance to say something to that professor, he'd thank him.